if you had to bet your house on one team in the Big Ten this year, who's that team where you're telling your significant other, like, look, we got to do this. I feel that confidently in this team. And this is where you have those odds when it comes to the futures for the Big Ten champions. And, of course, Purdue favorite at plus 400. So, Jeff, I'm throwing you right into the fire, man. I'm sorry, you're my guy, but I got to do it to you. Those odds provided by BetMGM. Who are you betting the house on, Jeff? Who you got? And we need some value, too, Jeff. Give us some value. Don't go with the chalky pick.
Listen, I'm risky. Luckily I don't have a house right now. We sold our house 2 months ago. So this is easy for me. I can bet a house I don't have on the Fighting Illini. If I had a house, I would probably be safer and go with Purdue and Matt Painter. But since I don't have one, I'm rolling the dice in Illinois here. I really do. I love their upside, their talent, their scoring ability, their depth, their interchangeable matchups and pieces. So I'm going with Mike LaTulip's Fighting Illini here.
Okay, Mike. Are you riding that same wave with your Illini, Mike? Are you putting the house down on the Illini to win the conference if you had to put your house down?
I do have a house. It's not flex. But I want to preface what I'm about to say right now with a criteria.
Uh-oh.
Okay? It's boxes that are checked that lead me to what I'm about to say. Okay? And I think I touched on it earlier. Point guard. Pros on the wing. Shooting. Positional size. Good front court. I'm picking Illinois. And I don't want to hear shit from you, Jeff. I know you just picked Illinois. Because I know if Robbie was sitting on this show right now, he would say Purdue. Most likely, he would. And I'm talking about a team in Illinois that, forget this jersey behind me. Forget it. Okay? This is a team that in conference play has won the most games in the last 5 years, including Purdue. Illinois has won the most games. So I trust Brad Underwood's ability to turn the roster over like he has. I love the pieces that they've gotten. They check those boxes that I mentioned. And if we're just talking about value, I think plus 900 is crazy. That is, some of the teams that are ahead of them too, to me, have bigger question marks. So yeah, that's my pick.
All right. Saying it with his chest right there, Mike LaTulip. I love that, especially with the Illini 9-1 at plus 900 to win the Big Ten Conference. Look, I can't really go against that. I'm with you on that one, unless Ant is just going to make this a clean sweep with Illinois at 9-1 the Big Ten Conference.
Come on, Ant. Zach.
Who you betting the house on, Ant? And if you say Michigan, Ant,
we're done.
We're done, man. Don't do that. Don't do Michigan. Don't say Michigan, Ant.
Listen. Illinois was it, but after y'all picked them, I'm not picking them no more.
Wow.
So
that scares me.
Smart man.
I'm not picking them no more because y'all just got it. So I did have a top three. I'm gonna go with my number 2. All right, that's gonna be Indiana. It's gonna be Indiana for me. Okay. I think that they have they are going to be able to get through a lot of issues. If there's foul trouble, someone goes down with injury, I think they are 2 and 3 deep at pretty much every position, where I think they have backups who can start at other schools. So I'm going to go with Indiana, and that's only because I choose not to be a follower here.
You know what else? Can I give you one more reason that Indiana is not a bad pick? SIU Edwardsville, Eastern Illinois, South Carolina at home, they're down. UNC Greensboro, then they go to the Bahamas. They actually play people. Then we have Sam Houston, Miami of Ohio, and then they start with Minnesota at home. So they could legitimately. They've got a lot of cupcakes at home. It's a
lot of experimenting. Gonzaga and Arizona are down there too. They are down there too. But I will say they'll be able to experiment a lot more than other teams, like more than Michigan. And man, I had like I did a full I did like a full like. I looked at every single. Every single team's non-conference schedule, and Purdue, Ohio State, Michigan, and Illinois are top 4 in terms of going out and not being afraid to schedule people. Indiana, I had towards like middle-ish bottom. The Big Ten did a really shit job at scheduling non-conference this year. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
I can't even Minnesota with Ben Johnson's he needs to be
he's just trying to save his job. I get that. I'm fine with the guy trying to save his job. I'm fine with that. And what I'm not fine with is Indiana
2 years in a row,
those home games. Like my daughter goes there and I'm like, I'm not paying the money for you to go by that home schedule. Like I'm not. You want to do that on your own? You can do it. That is not coming out of my pocket to go see those.
Hey, he got that on 3 money. What you mean? You got the on 3 money?
That's why I'm telling you.
All right, guys.
Well, hey, look, like real quick,
like
20 seconds. 20 seconds here. On the point that I want to make about Indiana's conference schedule is what we've seen over the years. Quickly on Omar Ballo, right? Kofi Coburn, Zach Edey, Hunter Dickinson. You can go, and I'm not saying he's that caliber, but we've seen when you have a guardrail like that in the Big Ten, you win 11 plus games. You just do.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that is baked in for their floor, and then however these other pieces progress, I think is going to determine whether or not they can take the league, and I think it's possible.
I don't think Omar is good as any of those guys that you mentioned either.
Ooh,
he's not,
right,
but it's at least but it's a way that they have to guard him. Like their teams are going to send two. They just are.
Arizona was not crying about losing Lamar Balla. I will say that.
Not at all. Not at all. They didn't drop one tier.
I said he's not those other 3 guys.
Who ranked him number 1 transfer? Who did that?
Borzella. Let's blame it on Borzella.